Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Drew's Food Reviews. And today I've got another episode of Classic Candy Corner. And I actually could have called this one Chocolate World because it is chocolate, but this is more of a traditional kind of chocolate bar. So I'm going to go ahead and share some of my memories with you guys because I can't really rate it. And this was one of my favorites. And I usually would get it at Christmas time, or sometimes I would get it just because I liked it. And I know a lot of people like the Hershey bars. They have their own favorite. Everybody's, on the different teams. They're on the dark chocolate team. They're on the milk chocolate team. They're on the white chocolate team. Everybody's a little bit different. And I ran across this. I was in Walmart at Christmas time, and they had all the big candy, and I ran across this one, and I actually got this for myself. It's a special dark. Now, it's really good. I like the dark chocolate. I know a lot of people aren't as big a fan of dark chocolate, but that's what I got. And they had these big size candy bars there. They also had the Hershey's with almonds and the regular Hershey's bar. And seems to me whenever I would go to the gas station up there, they had, I don't know if they even put them out anymore. They were called Big Block, and they were the big, they weren't like, the little flat bars that they have, the Hershey bars, the regular Hershey bar were the little small ones, and they were kind of flat. And then the special dark was like a little flat, real thin little thing. And then they had one called the Big Block. And they were like about this big. And they were kind of thick. They were real thick. And they had, narrow things. And so they were like real narrow. So when you break it off, it was a real thick piece of it. And it had it was a real chunk of chocolate. And I don't know if they're doing that anymore. I haven't really seen them. I don't know. They got the thing now. They're called king size. So I don't know. But this one called giant size. And again, this is going to be your Hershey formula that's been around. Like here it says, your support of Hershey's is important to share the happiness and helps educate children in need through the Milton Hershey School. Kids. mhkids.org. And for this, for 3 blocks is 180 calories. So again, it's chocolate, and most people like chocolate. This is special dark, mildly sweet chocolate. So I don't know. I guess they have more in the regular bar. It's more milk chocolate, more milk to it. So it's a milk chocolate. But anyway, it says, I think it says here, it says, oh, since 1894. So Hershey's has been around quite a long time, and I guess that would consider classic, because it 1894. So yeah, that's been around quite a while. Yeah, over 100 and some odd years. I don't have the math. I don't have the math right now, but anyway, that's what it is. And I'm going to go ahead and just... Now, these are a little bit different. I remember they were wrapped in paper, and then they had the little tin foil, and now they've got it in this kind of plastic wrapper, which I don't know if I like that new style or not. But here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and try to attempt to open this one. Kind of making a mess, but, and it's got the chocolate bars, and I'll break off a piece of this. Boy, this is pretty thick, actually, if you look at it. So yeah, here we go, and it's nice. This is a nice giant size bar, and it is thicker than I think the normal ones. And so here we go. Show you a little piece. And it is a little bit darker than the milk chocolate. Milk chocolate's a lot lighter color. It's kind of milky brown. This is also this is more of a dark, deeper, darker chocolate. And it does have a lot more snap to it. So that's what I kind of like it. It was a little more, slightly bitter, but it had a kind of unique flavor to it. It's more like roasted chocolate flavor. And this says mildly sweet, so it's not super sweet like the milk chocolate where it's real creamy. But I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. And hopefully it'll melt in my mouth, not in my hand. I don't know. Wow. Pretty good. Just like I remember it. Once you get the chocolate that's got that, yeah, kind of roasted chocolate flavor. It's not one of the fine chocolate flavors, but yeah, it does have that little bit of a whole different flavor. It's not milky, it's not creamy. It's like a, hard to describe. You get a lot more, slightly bitter. You get kind of the more roasted flavor, almost like a coffee bean flavor. I guess that's what they roast the chocolate beans a little bit more. It gets kind of a whole different flavor. So that was my favorite one growing up. And like I said, I used to get this when I would go up to the mini mart near me, and I think they would have them in the big block, and they had like the Mr. Good bar, the Special Dark, the Hershey's, and the Hershey's with almond, and they were in the big block, and I believe they were $1, if I remember right, in the big block ones. And then they had the small little thin ones, and I think those were like 50 cents for them. And the big block was always more. And I would always put them in the freezer and freeze them, and then you'd break them open and be real, you know, they'd be real frozen and real hard. Sometimes if you got the little thin ones, when you put them in the freezer, then you just whack them on the table and they'd shatter everywhere. And then your mom would get mad at you because there was, you know, shards of chocolate on the kitchen table. And I was like, oh, did you do something with chocolate on the kitchen table? Well, no, not me. Was it your sister? Maybe. Well, my sister didn't like Special Dark, so we knew who it was, and I was always in trouble if I, you know, messed it up. But also, if the other fun thing to do was to take the Special Dark, you put it in the freezer, you get it real cold, and then you take vanilla ice cream, and then when it's nice and cold, you take a cheese grater and you grate the chocolate on the top. Or like you said, people would do it where you'd put a little chunk of it in a marshmallow and a graham cracker and you make s'mores. It was really good with the Special Dark because it was melted and kind of melted in there. That was a fun thing to do. And I don't know, we just used to have a lot of, it was, when I was little, it was mostly Hershey chocolate, and they had Ghirardelli if you were lucky. And that was a little more expensive because it was a little more finer chocolate mix, but that was pretty much what I had. It was the regular ones, the Snicker bars, the Mars bars, the Three Musketeers, the Hershey Special Dark, and some of the other ones. But those were kind of the mainstays, and they didn't have all the different things they have now, like the unique ones now that they've got the Hershey bar with Reese's peanut butter cups and all that stuff mixed into it, and they're always coming out with something new. And I just remember going back to the old classics, and that was kind of one of my favorite ones. And like I said, Special Dark, that was my jam. I always enjoyed a Special Dark, and that was just me. Some people liked the Hershey's with almonds. Now, I wish they would have actually done a special dark with almonds, but they never did. So maybe if you're watching Hershey Company, special dark with almonds, special limited edition release. Might be something good to try in the future. Just a suggestion. Maybe I can go on their website and leave a little suggestion, say special dark with almonds. Never know. Couldn't hurt. But anyway, that's sort of my memories and my take on something that I really enjoyed way back when. So it's always fun to go and remember a little bit of the simpler times and kind of share my little experiences through candies, through chocolates, through things like that. And that just, sometimes it's things that just trigger your memory from when you're little. And usually it's a food or a smell or an aroma or something like that. That all just kind of brings it back. And also gets some people to remembering, you know, back when I was a kid, this is what I used to do. And usually when we were young and we did things, there was always some kind of candy around. And, you know, I know some people didn't really care for candy and they didn't like them. And that's okay. But I'm just reminiscing about some of the candies from my childhood. So if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and the notification bell right over here. And if you have any other ideas about classic candy that you want me to try on my video, go ahead and leave it in a comment down below. And I'll see if I can try and find it or check it out for you guys. There's quite a few that I have found in the past, and I'm working on a lot of the reviews of them. So hopefully one of your favorites will be coming soon. So till next time on Drew's Food Reviews, this has been another edition of Classic Candy Corner. And I'd like to thank you for stopping in. So till I see you next time, I'll talk to you later.